Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another live show with some lovely guests today. Wayne, who is our special guest today?
Well, we're lucky to have live here with us at Anstead's via video chat, Omar Fratello, the founder and owner of Fratello Cigars. You all may recognize that as some of the brands we've carried currently now and a little gift pack. Omar, welcome to our show, and tell us a little about your cigar company.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been a while since we've had a chance. Since I've had a chance actually to be physically in the in Fayetteville and at Anstead's. But I hold you guys at a very, very dear place in my heart, as you guys were one of the very first ones who had ever picked up my line. I called it the first 30 accounts we ever had, and you guys were one of those first 30 accounts. And so I always hold you guys very, very dear in my heart. And so I'm thanking you guys for bringing me over here and sharing a little bit about our story and about our cigars. So
I was here the day that you just happened to be driving by. You came in, and you're like, "Hey, I'm Omar. Smoke my cigars, they're the best." And we're like, "Okay." So we did.
That's right.
They're really great.
Thank you. And it was part of my Trek series. I'll get into that in a little bit. It's when I decided to basically one of the best days with me at NASA, and during my trajectory between NASA and Fratello, something happened, and that was the week that I went to see you guys. So I'll tell that story in a little bit, and but I'll tell you guys first a little bit about the whole, about our history, a little bit about ourselves, the cigars. So I started obviously Fratello back in 2013, which is when you guys decided obviously to pick our very young brand up. I started with a little bit of a history because I never had anybody in the cigar industry really to follow their footsteps or grown up in the cigar industry at all. It was just, I was a consumer. I loved cigars. I loved the industry, and as many consumers out there and staff members of the community in the industry, I wanted to get in the industry as well. I just didn't know how to do it. There were so many questions, right? I mean, I could get into it as a retailer, or I could get into it as a brand manager or brand owner or distributor or wholesaler. I mean, there's 1,000 different ways that you can get into the industry, but this one was particular to me because I was looking to maintain my job and also do this on the side. I didn't know I was going to go crazy and completely bold in 7 years, which, by the way, I didn't happen to go bold in 7 years. It took close to 20, but who's counting, right? But no, it was interesting, guys. I worked at NASA for a little bit over 12 years, and I started Fratello in 2013, and 3.5 years in, I worked my brand to the point where I was able to leave my job at NASA and basically sell cigars full time in 2016.
Well, that's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting. So, what's probably your best selling cigar you have in the line right now, Omar?
So I'm always proud to say that when you stick to your core and you know that your cigar is good, man, all day long, still the Fratello Classico has been a constant seller on my line. It is a cigar that came out at the trade show in 2013, and it's a still a space shuttle going over. But what it is exciting to me about this particular cigar, Wayne, is the fact that I blended it with tobacco from Peru. And by that time, a lot of people weren't talking so much about Peruvian tobacco, but I was so proud of it. I was so engaged with the flavor of this Peruvian tobacco that tends to be very sweet, both on the palate and on the nose, that I told the guys, like, I want this as part of the filler of the tobacco, and I want to be able to launch it and see how it goes. Long story short, it's been a constant seller. I also sell quite a bit my Fratello Oro, which I don't have one in front of me right now. Let me see.
You should always have an Oro in front of you at all times. There should always be one ready to go.
I know.
I stopped by the office, and we're like, "Hey," and you'll be like,
I thought this is where you would put like the pictures of like the Oro boxes and stuff like that, and I was like, there it is.
I've got the other ones. I've got the beautiful Fratello Classico, and I got two others to show once we start talking about those.
Good. Well, let me. So here's one thing: the boss of the Fratello Oro is to me one of the most like special blends because we came out of the La Aurora factory, over there, and it was just full filler, full on filler tobacco, a lot of flavor, a lot of balance, and one of the things, and my lovely assistant bring this, boom,
Nice.
the Fratello Oro.
That's what I need, Wayne. I need a lovely assistant to just hand me a box of Fratello Oros on cue like
I'll
that.
get right on that, Tom. I'll get right on that.
Thanks.
It was more of like the powers to be of I was like, going like mind reading the box come over to me now.
Not the Force because the Force is trademark, but like the Force.
Exactly. See what I did there? Don't want to get lost in right now. But anyways, we did a very good job with the Oro, and that's another one of my very, very big seller cigars. And then after that, we have my other one, which is the Fratello Bianco, which is another one of our blends where we try to do tobaccos from a lot of different regions. And so that makes me incredibly proud, and that's what we try to bring to the consumer.
Awesome.
Omar, you and I have a lot in common. You worked at NASA, and you love cigars. A long time ago, I was very fortunate to be able to actually fly a mock-up of the Discovery shuttle when I was down in Huntsville.
Okay.
I did pretty good. No problems. Perfect. Homes burned, out of orbit, bringing it back, full landing. I did a great job in the simulator. So a lot of switches, man. A lot of switches in that thing.
A lot of switches. And it's not as easy as people think. I mean, there's a lot of complexity.
Oh, there's some here, there, behind you, up here, backups.
Yeah. I did that at in Houston with actually a friend of mine, which is an astronaut, and he looked at me and he said, "Why don't you keep it in the back of the office, okay? Don't try to come over here and try to bring your abilities to fly anything at all into the space shuttle program. You'll keep doing your math and your crazy things in the back, and we'll do the flying over here."
It was interesting. A lot of thought, a lot of planning in the backups and the backup to backup. So, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I love the shuttle program, man.
We could be like brothers. You don't even know. NASA, cigars.
There you go, dude. I'm telling you right now, it's I do miss it. I miss NASA like crazy. I miss the shuttle program. I miss the we used to call it Constellation, and now it's we got we're transcending new generations and getting people excited with the work that SpaceX and Virgin Atlantic and everybody else is doing with Elon Musk, try to get these kids to do and follow what so many of the baby boomers did by watching the Apollo program and do their thing. So I love that about NASA. I love the fact that NASA inspires. Again, it has the ability to inspire a generation. But it's actually for me more exciting to pedal away with my amazing cigars and seeing our amazing consumers enjoy something that has taken us many, many years to achieve.
Awesome. Well, I know we brought the Fratello cigars back in the little gift packs. Have you got one with you, Tom?
I've got one. This one's half empty.
Half empty. Okay.
Half empty.
I got one. Mine is full. But I got this thing in the back so people can see a little bit about, what was our journey, a little bit of information about it, obviously. The thing about this particular pack, Wayne, that makes it so special is the fact it's basically a buy 3, get 1 free cigar. I mean, it's a $25 retail, and it has 4 blends, 2 of which are part of our core line, which is the Clásico and the Bianco. And then we have the brand new one, which is the Fratello Arlequín, which is going to be coming in in about a month or so. Incredibly full flavor blend. Tobacco from Nicaragua, tobacco from Ecuador, Habano Rosado wrapper. It's fantastic. So hopefully your clientele will enjoy it.
Well, we already got them on order, have them on order, so we're just kind of waiting for those to come in, and I know some of our customers are anxious to try it.
Good.
Now, I want to know why astronaut ice cream was included in this pack. How terrible is that stuff?
You want to hear something crazy? Every single Fratello event I had when I launched that space pack had you buy one of these, you get a Fratello ice cream bar, which is the actually dehydrated ice cream. So we did it. You're a smart man. I did it for all of my events. I would do buy 5, get a free ice cream. I mean, you can't beat that, man, right? I mean, it's what every kid will go to the Space Museum and say,
Yeah.
"I want dehydrated ice cream. Let's do it."
Yeah.
Nobody wanted Tang. They wanted dehydrated ice cream. So we got some other cigars we could talk about too. Tell us about the Inverso.
Super excited about this particular brand, Tom Wayne. This is it has been one of my fastest growing lines in the last year. Part of the reason is because what I did with this cigar is basically I blended it with tobacco from Nicaragua, Jalapa wrapper, and then in the filler we put 4 years of age single origin tobacco from Esteli and from Jalapa. We also put a Ligero. How you doing, Hector? We also put some Ligero from the Dominican Republic to sort of bring a lot of that aroma, a lot of that flavor into the existence of it. And so it's very exciting to be able to bring something like that into life. So the Fratello, that particular cigar ages for 4 years, balanced, complex, full flavor.
That's neat. So I have a question for you, Omar. So I've been in the cigar business myself 47 years. How did you go about deciding what blends in tobacco? I mean, I love cigars, but I realize that I leave the blending, the manufacturing to the people that are good at it, which you've obviously done very well with your brands. How do you go about deciding where do you go? How do you just go to country? Where do you go to try all these different tobaccos?
So the way it started for me was through the Fratello Clásico. It was all Joya de Nicaragua. Just like very much like you, I respect the manufacturing of the product, and I respect the palate and the years that these guys have spent in doing this. So for us, it's obviously incredibly exciting to basically come in, and they allow us to basically come in, and I can see and hear a little bit about what they're talking about. I don't consider myself a master blender. I consider myself a master tester, because I will tell you, Wayne, I taste and I taste and I taste some more, and then I taste it when it's done, and I taste a little bit more to see where it comes down to. And I was able to learn a lot through obviously picking on the brain of Manuel Hinoa from La Aurora, to Joya de Nicaragua with Mario Juan Ignacio and the entire team there, which do an amazing job for us. So in Bianco, I wanted to have my signature. I wanted to be able to be even more part of it, and that's why we blended it for 56 times, through 56 different blends to get to the Fratello Bianco, which is also part of the fresh pack. And the only reason that happened, I'll tell you a very quick story. I have one of my blends that's a 5x56. The reason it's a 56 ring gauge because of the amount of times that it took me to blend the product. But the reason it took us so long is because, guys, I put tobacco from 5 countries in this cigar. We put tobacco from San Andres Negro wrapper. We put tobacco from Dominican Republic on the binder. We put tobacco from Pennsylvania broadleaf Ligero. We put tobacco from Peru, and we put tobacco from Esteli. I always make fun of this blend because the wrapper is from Mexico and the filler is from USA. Those 2 countries, guys, have never gotten along so well other than this cigar right here. No wall, okay? No wall.
No wall.
Full flavor, man. Full flavor.
So
Truly a diplomatic blend.
So of your cigars, what is your favorite?
So listen, I it's like you love all your children the same, right? But there's always one that's sort of like, ah, like, he comes over and hugs me a little bit more. You know what I mean? There's always that. So for me, the Fratello Clásico Corona is still a cigar that I smoke every morning with my coffee. Like, it's just, I'm not sure if it's just something that's just, I'm just used to it, and every single day I smoke it. But I also enjoy quite a bit the cigars from like my latest line, the Arlequin, has so much flavor on a prensado format, which is a box press that we for the first time we've ever done a full box press line. Because every single year I launch a line, I always launch like a secondary line within the line that I box press, and I call it the Fratello Boxer. And the reason I box press it is because and want to bring out a little bit more of that ligero, a little bit more strength, gives you a little bit more of a punch, and is the reason for the boxer. So it was it's something that I feel very proud about. But I'll tell you this: if my daughter ever gets married, the Fratello Navetta is what's going to the wedding.
Okay.
There is no question about that.
Okay.
This is a cigar that I blended specifically for the men and women of the space shuttle program. You know, if you look at the box, it has that beautiful black shine onto it. You see, it has the peak of the shuttle. There we go. So the inside vista, guys, whoever's watching, has basically the development of the tiles all across the space shuttle, right?
Mhm.
So everything that you see underneath, that's what it's meant to basically show. And the box basically looks like a space shuttle tile. It protects the orbiter on reentry, right? It protects my boxes all the way out to Fayetteville, North Carolina. You know, that was the intent behind it. But my daughter gets married, that's the blend going to the wedding, guaranteed.
Well, that's awesome. So tell us about the trek you were mentioning earlier.
The what?
The trek. You say you were on a trek.
Oh, that's an interesting story. So your customers are gonna get a kick out of this. So I started Fratello, like I said, in June. July I had my first trade show. I had a chance to meet you. I had a chance to meet your son, Ben, and we had a great conversation. And he said, like, we're all in about this. You know what I mean? Just let me know the next time you're in the Carolinas, and because I like to show you the shop and everything. So I was like, that works out. So I got on my car. But what he didn't know, and what everybody didn't know, was that I still had a full-time job. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I had to be at NASA, right? So what I was hoping would happen was that I could get like a weekend or take a couple of days off and come visit you guys, right? So I'm not sure if you remember, in 2013, we had like the biggest fight between administration and Congress, and there was a deadlock with the budget. So the budget, we had a complete shutdown of the federal government in October 1st, 2013.
Right.
September 30th, I remember looking at the calendar and sending an email to all of my guys, including Ben, everyone saying, hey guys, I'm going to be coming out. I think I'm almost certain I'm going to be coming out because I think there's going to be a deadlock. And sure enough, at 12:01, I had C-SPAN on large screen TVs, and it showed government officially shut down. I'm like, God, thank you. So I drove my car, true story, at 8:09 the next day, because I was packing till about 3:30, 4 o'clock, because I wasn't sure if this was going to happen or not, and I had to be at NASA the next day. But sure enough, government closed, shut down. I was on my Mitsubishi Endeavor, okay, from 2005, got on that car, and I hit the road. So I went all the way down to Virginia, went all the way down to, Milan Tobacco, went all the way to, Raleigh, North Carolina, did Charlotte. The entire trek, guys, was 3 weeks of time.
Oh, wow.
And in those 3 weeks, I had over 120 boxes of cigars in my vehicle, okay? Pay attention. Don't do this at home, guys. This is okay.
Yeah.
I needed to sell cigars, people, okay? I was going to go on the trek. So I go out and I hit it, and it was incredible. I came home, and not only did I not have 120 boxes of cigars, I also was completely out. I was also writing orders for us to send after that. So I got a chance to come down to Anstead's, and Ben gave me a complete, give me a tour of the entire facilities. I had a chance to spend time in the lounge with your customers, and fell in love with the place, fell in love with the Carolinas as a whole. So I can't wait to go back and have another visit to you guys soon.
Yeah, we look forward. I'm excited. Like I said, we're excited to bringing your cigars, back in, give a little more presence in our shop.
Yeah,
we've always had a good relationship with you, and cigars are fickle, customers are fickle, so we never know what they want. So we're always changing our inventory up, but there's been a lot of excitement for your cigar here lately, so we're glad to have you come on and talk.
Thank you so much. It's been exciting. So But no, this is one of those. It's one of those situations where we got in a very good spot. Like every year, we've been very focused about what we launch next. You know what I mean, Tom? Like the last thing I want to do is just bombard the cigar shops in the U.S. with now we got this blend and that blend, and then we got 10 sizes of this blend. That's not how it works for me. Like I want to make sure that what we blend is connecting to a particular clientele, and that we can connect and grow with it. So we got 5 blends really, and now 6 with the Fratello Arlequin that's going to be officially released in the US.
Awesome. So have you any challenges with all this COVID-19 as far as shipping and stuff?
Yeah. So we've had some challenges for sure. It's been like I should have had some of my cigars shipped months ago, and because of everything in the factory and the amount of times that it's taking, I don't think it's been so bad as I know it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be really bad very soon. We haven't gotten to that. I've been telling a lot of my guys, like suck up if they have the ability and the possibility to do so, to plan a little bit ahead, because there is going to be it's impossible not to. I mean, the factories went for 4 or 5 months working at 30-40% capacity, and a lot of people were, the sales were there. So inventories in the US came significantly down. The inventory coming in from the factories is not going to be at that level where it was before COVID-19. So there are going to be some challenges. We haven't experienced too much, but soon.
Yeah, it's we're starting to see that kind of across the board with a lot of manufacturers, where we never see Spanish cedar on our shelves in our humidor, but lately we've got empty slots. We're just waiting for stuff to come in. So we're looking forward to your new cigar coming out. So hopefully it's on track for mid to late September.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah. Tom, anybody have any questions out there for us?
No, not yet. I'm hoping someone's going to ask us some really good questions. So we're waiting for those to come in, and it should be soon, I hope, people. This is your chance. This is your chance to ask the world's smartest cigar manufacturer on this planet, anyway. Some very tough to challenge.
Guys, let me ask you a question. What have you guys seen in terms of the COVID times? What have you guys seen in terms of growth of the shop? Have you guys seen what has been the lookout for your clientele, all that stuff? Give me a little bit of insight on that.
I think we feel in the early days it was a pretty substantial hit to us, where people just weren't coming out. After about 2 months, I think people started gradually coming out. The last couple of months, we're seeing I don't know, people are at home more, working from home, maybe have more time to sit on the back porch, smoke a cigar. So for us, we're starting to see business kind of leap and bound, jump, and that's where the challenge is coming. We try to buy enough to anticipate, but how do you know what you should or shouldn't have? So our bar has still been closed. The lounge is now finally reopened, but our actual bar has been closed for 5 months. So we're hoping early September, about the time your new cigar comes in, that our bar will be open as well. So
love it. Congrats. Hopefully that's the case.
So what do you recommend? Our bar is open, your cigar comes in. What should they drink with your new cigar?
Oh my God, this is a question I love. So I started a show, guys, that I'm encouraging all your guys to take a look at later on. But it's called Imperfect Pairings, which is a show that's available on YouTube. So you guys can go in, subscribe, give me your comments and whatnot. But it's basically all about pairing my cigars with different things. Like, what are some of those things that are very unique in a lot of cases that people don't usually try? You know what I mean? People don't usually go for whatever reason. So I pair things with very extreme things, like rice and beans, and mashed plantains and salami. I know, Tom. I can see your face, but it's also interesting to try. So I'm always encouraging everyone to try their different things to see what they think. When it comes to cigars, rum is amazing. Quite honestly, I love Great Zacapa 23 with the Fratello Classico. I love a good Abrelure 16-year-old Scotch with the Fratello Bianco. Huge fan of that. And when it comes to Arlequin, the jury's still out because I sort of want to see what other pairings I can find. But so far, there's a pairing that I love doing with the Arlequin, which is the Macallan 12. That is just incredibly smooth. A lot of flavors come in and out because of the Highland region of Scotch. So a lot of flavor with that particular blend. It goes very well.
I think that Brugal, like that was an 18 or 16 year age that comes that really nice crystal decanter. It's more like it's rum, but it's really more like having a bourbon. You know, that's really great stuff. I think that'd go well with the Classico.
Yeah.
Like, can't get it here in the U.S., unfortunately.
And the 1888. The 1888, Brugal 1888 has, to me, like a beautiful nose, very balanced nose. So if that's something that you guys are able to get, I encourage you to take a look at it. It's called Brugal 1888. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I believe we have that at the bar. I don't keep up with it. We actually have a lot of our bar staff working in retail right now because they're actually cigar smokers. So it's kind of given an opportunity to get our bar staff working with our customers on strictly a cigar selling aspect. And I'm kind of excited to see how that works when the bar opens back up. Got a couple of new folks that have come on that have just been great. We have Ashley and Nicholas that just love cigars and are enjoying the retail section of the business, but can't wait for the bar to open back up. Even Brittany, our bar manager, has been working now in the shop too. So
love it.
Enjoying this end of the house. They always see it from the bar end, so it's kind of a neat switch up. So
absolutely. Hey, should I do a trivia question now, Tom?
Yeah, you go ahead and throw out a trivia question. Then we've got two that we're going to ask.
Okay.
And let me prep the whole premise here.
Which one should I do?
You're up. You ask whatever you want to ask, and then we've got our other two that we're going to ask.
Gotcha. Okay, so trivia question. Let's see. So I got this one. How much do I weigh here on Earth, and how much do I weigh in the moon?
Wait, in the moon or on the moon?
On the moon.
They're an engineer. Let's be technical on these things, because
if I step on the moon, what is Omar's weight, and what is Omar's weight here on Earth?
I don't know the actual number, but it's like 1/6 the weight, right? Something like that.
Hey, we'll find out very soon.
Find out how many people do their research.
That's right. That's right.
Exactly.
You want to give us a kind of a profile yourself so we can judge? No, just kidding.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stand up, okay? So just notice the difference. Oh, you know what? I got the kind of setting that the table goes up, right? So I'm gonna get up right now. You get a good sense of it. So I'm a big boy. I'm 6'9", okay? So throw that coming in and make your best guess.
All right. Well, that should be exciting. Some numbers coming in.
That should be good. We get a couple answers already. Oh, wait, in kilos or in pounds? That's the question that's coming in.
The number is much lower, okay?
So Ed wants to know kilos or pounds. Thanks, Ed, for being technical. We appreciate that. Always keep an eye on things.
Let's do it on pounds.
All right, empirical numbers, English numbers, got it. So I'm going to go ahead and ask question, and then I'll leave the last question for Wayne to ask, so it's more interactive. Our trivia question number 2. How many spacewalks has Omar completed working on the Hubble Space Telescope? Not ISS, but the Hubble Space Telescope. All right. So look that one up.
Ooh, that one, huh?
Yes. Very specific.
All right. So here's mine. How many countries are represented in Fratello Classico? So how many different countries of tobacco from in the Fratello Classico cigar? So I think we talked about that earlier. So if you missed it, you can go back and check it out.
I think Gary Levine's off to a start with an answer. I can't tell you whether you're right or
wrong.
Gary.
267. That's amazing. I love that number, by the way.
Getting there.
Let's keep them coming. This is my kind of crowd.
Yeah. Nice.
And I think Gary thinks tequila would be a great pairing for some of your cigars. Which ones, Gary? Which cigar would you pair tequila, and what brand tequila? We need to know these things. You can't just leave us hanging like this. Gary's a frequent watcher of our live video series, so it's good to see him on the line again.
Well, I'm looking for a new cigar to come out because I'm a Macallan 12 guy. That's my Scotch of choice. So
it's so good.
Yeah, it is.
That blend, I'm telling you right now, with that Scotch, it just goes incredibly well. And I've been drinking the Aberlour Abuna for quite a bit too. Like it's cask strength, man. I mean, it's 58%, almost 60% proof. So you gotta water it down a little bit, but once you do, the flavors and the aromas just really just like come from.
I've always thought that for me, Glenfiddich 18 paired well with a lot of cigars. The Glenfiddich 12, it's okay, but it's not the same. That 18 is just fantastic.
There's something about aging, people. Come on now. When you age something and you age it well, it just blossoms.
Well, awesome. Well, Omar, we appreciate you coming down and visiting us today. And
awesome.
We look forward to as things open back up and you can make a trip around. And we're going to have some of more of your cigars in stock here. So come down and smoke one with us.
I love it. It would be my pleasure, guys. Like I said, I hold you guys very much here in my heart. You guys were, there are so many companies that have gone out of business in 2013, and there's very few of us that have stayed around, and we stayed around for a reason. And for us, it has to do a lot with obviously having great partners like you guys, supporting our brand and continue to spread out, spread the love of Fratello and all of our cigars. So to all of your listeners and to everyone out here, thank you so much for spending a little time. Tom, thank you so much as well, and hopefully we'll get a chance to do it again.
Sounds good, Omar.
So it'll be good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got some trivia questions for you to go out and do your homework on and find those answers, and I'm sure we will find a most appropriate prize for the correct answers, because we'll do the raffle ticket thing like we do with all the correct answers, and hopefully we'll be drawing your name live next week. If we remember. It's been busy, but we'll try to remember really well. So with that, Omar, thank you very much. Wayne, thanks again for joining us for a great conversation. And we will see you all here again very soon. All right.
Thanks, Omar.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.